This is an important point to focus on because only 8% of African Americans voted for Trump. So how much work has to be done to bridge that divide? We're joined from Atlanta by Nsenga Burton. She's the chair of mass media arts at Clark Atlanta University. She's also a contributor to the Huffington Post and The Root, and we can't thank you enough for joining us. What's your take on what to expect to hear from the U.S. president with regards to this issue?
Well, I'm not quite sure what President Trump is going to say about African Americans, people of African descent. He has quite a hole to climb out of, considering his comments that he's made, the tweets, the Twitter war he's been trying to start with Jay-Z, and the comments that he made about a continent called Africa and a country, Caribbean country called Haiti. And it'll be interesting to see how he's going to dig himself out of that hole and try to bring people together when those words are so fresh on the minds of people of African descent throughout the world.
We talked a moment ago about the unemployment rate among black Americans being twice as high as white Americans. The White House press secretary was asked yesterday what Trump's done to try and solve that problem. Let's listen.
I think you can see from the steps that we've already taken that we're trying to fix unemployment for all Americans. That's the point that the president has made time and time again, is that he wants it to be better for everybody. And we've made significant progress in that.
Do you buy that?
No, I don't buy it. I don't think that the president has any plans of doing anything for anyone who is not white and male and over age 60 and wealthy. So I don't see any policies particularly that he has passed or that anyone in his cabinet has supported that would suggest, or the Republican Party for that matter, that would suggest that people of African descent in general and African Americans in particular are on his agenda in any way, shape, or form.
During the presidential campaign, Trump's pitch to black voters was a simple one. He said, pick me. What the hell do you have to lose? Those were his words, implying that the experience of every black person in the U.S. was so bad, they had nothing to lose by voting for him. Now, some called that racist. Now, even some news anchors on networks like CNN, the sports network ESPN, actually calling Trump a racist. Is that a fair criticism, or does it derail the broader conversation?
I think it's a fair criticism because those words actually derailed a broader conversation of what it means to be African American in this country, what it means to be of African descent in this country. We are not monolithic. We are a very diverse, complicated group of people, and we have different experiences and live in very different places. And we live throughout the entire country, not just in the inner cities. And so I think those comments is what derailed a conversation, a real conversation, an economic conversation, a socio-political conversation, a resource allocation conversation, and what it means when jobs are being shipped overseas. You know, working class whites are not the only people affected by that. So, yeah, we would like to be a part of the conversation.
Is there anything he can do, in your estimation, to improve the lives of black Americans, which do have higher poverty, unemployment, incarceration rates?
I think you'd have to take black Americans seriously in order to want to do that. I think that it would help if he actually would liaise with people who actually have some expertise in African American issues, whether they're political, whether it's poverty, whether it's economic, or what have you. I think that would be a good start.
And Nsenga, thanks so much.